Hello, welcome to the Good, the Bad, and the Tarot. This is going to be a love forecast for the sign of Taurus. Taurus, this is your birthday month, and I want to wish you all a very happy birthday. And thank you for joining me. If you are a previous subscriber, welcome back. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. I am the Good, the Bad, and the Tarot, and this is going to be your love forecast for the month of May 2016 for the sign of Taurus. This is for my Taurus suns, Taurus moons, and Taurus risings, and those on the cusp of Taurus. Spirit, what are the love messages and energies that you have for Taurus for the month of May 2016? I'm just going to get right into it, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. This is a general love reading. It will not resonate with everyone. For the most accurate reading, please come get a private reading with me. You can do that by scheduling, clicking on the Book or Reading Now tab on my YouTube homepage, or below the video description. There's more information. Spirit, what are the love messages and energies that you have for Taurus for the month of May? Okay, I just got the Tower. Another message popping out. I've been getting messages in my pre-shuffle too. Spirit, what are the love messages and energies that you have for Taurus for the month of May 2016? This is for my Taurus suns, Taurus moons, and Taurus risings. Love messages and energies for my Tauruses. Spirit's telling me one more here. Spirit, if you're with me, please show me the love messages and energies surrounding Taurus for the month of May 2016. All right. Very good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards down in our Celtic cross spread. It's always 10 cards. And as with all my love forecast readings, I do, in addition to that, a rune cast. And Spirit, what are the messages that you have for Taurus for the month of May 2016? Okay. Well, none of the runes are face up, and I do not read the runes that are face down. Those are the unknowns. So it looks like we're just going to be doing a straight up card reading today, which is totally fine. It just means that none of those messages are really ready for me right now. If you have any questions as to why I read the runes this way, it is based on runic lore, and some of our runic ancestors, those who read the runes, Nordic ancestors and so forth, did not read the runes that fell or lay face down. Not all tarot readers or those who read the runes that way. So also stay tuned, because at the end of this reading I am going to be pulling an oracle card. So let's begin. Taurus, in your present situation you have the 3 of Wands crossed by the 5 of Swords. What comes below you is the Ace of Cups. What comes above you is the 8 of Swords reversed. In your recent past, you have the King of Swords in reverse. In your near future, you have the 9 of Wands reversed. How you see yourself, you have the 2 of Cups. In your environment or how your significant other sees you, they have the Ace of Swords. Your hopes and fears are Justice, and your outcome is the Moon. Okay. Very good. So let's start. Let's start with your first card. Taurus, you have the Three of Wands in your present situation for the month of May. So when I'm interpreting this for a love reading, I see this as you having plans for the future. This also may represent a long-term relationship or looking for a long-term commitment. It also does represent the energy of things yet to come, but in a positive and future-oriented sense. So this may be you making plans for the future, wanting more. You've sent your energies out into the world, and now you're waiting for your ships, your proverbial ships, to come in. So very much, I think this is a very positive card and very positive energy to have. There is growth potential here. This is you really setting your sights on something big in the future. You may even be looking to move in the month of May, or looking into moving with a partner, or travel with a partner, or even if you're single, and I do read for a lot of men and women that are single, this is you really wanting more and seeing, wanting long-term potential, wanting a long-term relationship. That's what you're looking for, you know, and you've sent your energies out there. So your intentions are there. Your intentions are there, Taurus. What crosses you for the month of May is the Five of Swords in reverse. I much rather see this card in reverse. However, this is what is helping or hindering you, or what poses a challenge for you in May. And what I think your challenge is, and this is an energy that you're going to be faced with, is really walking away from some situation that has been a conflict for you. I see this as, you know, I don't feel like if this is a victory for you, I don't maybe necessarily see it as a victory for both people in a relationship. I think that at the end of the day, your challenge is really to say, in order for me to really be victorious, I think I have to walk away from something. If it's not truly what I want, if it isn't giving me what I want, then your challenge is to walk away and not feel defeated, to feel like, you know, I have to pick my battles here. And it's a little bit of a tricky card. I mean, fives do talk about conflict. They're not a balanced number. So often this is a card of a hollow victory and feeling defeated. You know, so I think your challenge this month is not to feel that way, not to give in, not to maybe engage in some conflict that really isn't worth your time, not worth your time and energy, especially if this is where you are right now, wanting more, wanting long-term, wanting a growth opportunity, not letting anything stand in your way and saying, you know what, I can walk away from this. It isn't what I want. I'm going to walk away and I won't feel defeated at the end of the day. What puts you here at the Three of Wands in your present situation is the Ace of Cups in reverse. So for some of you Taurus lovers out there, you know, during the month of May, I think the heart of this situation, something you may not be aware of, is that there may have been a rejection of love at some point, because to me, this is someone just pouring their cup out. It's, you know, this is to me abundance and love and overflowing and just joy. It's your cup overfloweth. And here I feel like, you know, there's been a rejection of this divine gift of love. And just like with the Ace of Pentacles, this is an offering of love that has been rejected to some degree. And along with this cup, when it's reversed, is just feelings of feeling drained and maybe that there's nothing left. There's nothing more to give. And I know that doesn't sound very positive or uplifting. Again, I just read the cards here. And so what I'm saying is your challenge is to walk away from something because you want more. And I think what puts you here is that to some degree, there's been a denial of like this love coming into your life. There's been some rejection of it. And maybe even a blockage, a blockage of allowing this love to flow in your heart. Either that or, you just feel like you've given enough. You've given so much. You feel that there's nothing more to give in this situation. And in your recent past, I'm getting an air sign here. It doesn't have to be an air sign. It can be someone from another sign. I am getting a male energy, a strong masculine energy. Again, I do read for a lot of women, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a male-female relationship we're talking about. The King of Swords in reverse, like I said, he can represent an air energy, air sign male, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. This is my King of Swords in reverse is someone who has broken up with someone or has cut someone out of their life. This is like my evil nemesis card, someone who's maybe been a traitor or excessively harsh and cruel. This isn't someone that you would love, that you would fall in love with, or that you would necessarily want to be with. And I feel like in the recent past, someone did walk away and someone did feel extremely hurt. And I think there was a sense of rejection or defeat along the way. So, I don't feel like this is someone that you would want in your life anyway. I don't feel like they treated you the way you wanted to be treated. And again, I think that you have now set yourself up for long term for something better. You're looking forward. And while this is the merchant has his back to us, he's looking forward. He's not looking behind. He's not looking back. And I don't think that you are in May. I think your sights are set on a forward projection, on forward growth. So I have this in a positive interpretation, and I'm seeing it here as well in your manifest position. This is what you may be thinking or feeling. I really feel like you want to set yourself free here. You don't want to be feeling trapped anymore. You don't want to feel like the victim. You don't want to feel like there's nothing you can do anymore. Your hands are tied. And I think you felt that way with this person. And I think you're taking back your power. You're thinking and feeling, gee, I really need to get out of this situation. I don't want to be stuck here anymore where I feel like I can't see all of these swords. And I don't want to feel like I'm left with questions all the time. Why am I stuck with all of these questions? I just want to know. I just want to be secure in knowing that this person loves me and that I'm loved and I don't have anything to worry about. So really you want to set yourself free. Beautiful card in the reverse. It's you taking back your personal power. And in the near future, so we're looking at, 1 to 2 weeks into May, here in the middle of May, you have the 9 of Wands reversed. So I really see you taking some time to rest and reflect and regroup. Because I think that you've been through a battle here. I think it's been really tough. You have a lot of experiences behind you, and you may be tempted to give up. You may be tempted to let your guard down. You may be tempted to say, I've had enough of looking for love. I've had enough of relationships. And so it is going to be tempting, I think, at one point to say, I just need to take some time out for myself and to rest and reconsider what it is that I want out of relationships. What is it that I want for myself? What is it that I want to do differently next time? And I think that that's perfectly fine, because you know that you don't want this. You know, you want to grow, you want long-term potential. I think you want a long-term relationship. I think you want someone that's gonna give you unconditional love, that's going to bless your heart with this abundance of joy, you know, and give it to you, give what you want to you, give you that blessing. Now, how you see yourself, you have the Two of Cups. I find this very interesting here because I do see a partnership here, and things are starting to come a little bit clearer for me as I get through this reading. I do think that you love this person. I do think that they are a soulmate to you. However, you know, the Two of Cups is not always an easy card to get. It is two equals. And so you have two people that have equal power with each other. You know, there can be a lot of tension there. There can be two people who have a lot of chemistry, but they can also push back against each other quite a lot. But I do see a love partnership here. I do see attraction. I think there's an undeniable connection here. You definitely have a connection with someone, and it's a very powerful connection. I don't think it's one that you would be able to let go of so fast. I think it would be difficult for you to, at the end of the day, say that this wasn't a true love of yours. In your environment, or how your significant other sees you, they have the Ace of Swords. So this is how they're going to be dealing with you in May. And I think this is, you know, they really see you as taking no prisoners approach. I think that you want the truth. You want the truth of the situation. I think that you want to be victorious. I think that you want to win. I think that you want to be right. I also think that, to me, this sword is used to cut away all of the bullshit. You know, it's used to cut away anything that's no longer working for us. And it's a very sharp sword, and it's a sword of truth and a sword of might. So I think they likely see you as really cutting to the heart of the matter. What is really the issue here? What is it that we really need to focus on in order to move forward? And this is a double-edged sword. It can be used to injure. It can also be used to protect. So I think it's important for you to know that this power is available to you this month. While, you know, love may not be flowing through your heart, or you may feel like there's a blockage to it, you also have this sword here, which tells me that you can really cut away anything that hasn't been working for you. And perhaps there's a new idea. You have some new ideas, some new direction that you want to go in. New plans. I think you're making plans for the future. I think you want more for yourself, Taurus. In your hopes and fears, you have Justice, Lady Justice. And this tells me that you're either hoping for marriage, or you're hoping for a situation that is going to bring you into an equal relationship with this other person. Because I think that at the end of the day, you want things to be very fair. I see it here as well with the Ace of Swords. I think you want things to be fair. I think, you know, you want what goes around to come around. What goes around comes around, yeah. So to me, justice means that you want things to work out in your favor, karmically speaking. If someone has done you wrong, you know, you really want to make sure that things are fair at the end of the day, and they will be. But I think that with your outcome being the Moon, that there is deep emotion, Taurus. You do have deep emotions. Your still waters run deep. You know, that's sort of the phrase that I'm getting. But I also feel like there's confusion and fear, and you are on a new path at the end of May. And I think that you're fearful of going out there on your own. I think you're not sure what you're going to find, but please know that, and also I have to say that the moon is a card of illusion, and, you know, things by the light of the moon are a bit different than they are by the light of the day. So just be careful in terms of, it's important that you're very clear at this point about what it is that you want out of relationships. What is it that you want out of your relationships this month? And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to charter new territory. Don't be afraid to go out there. And I just think that you're a little bit fearful. I think you're not quite sure what you're going to find out there, but you have to have faith. You have to have faith that in conquering this new territory, it's going to be a different experience. It isn't going to be the same experience that you had before. There is new waters to be chartered. There are new growth opportunities for you. And so don't be fearful of this new direction that you're going in. I think that you're going to find that there's someone out there for you. And for those of you that are in a relationship already, it's going to be important that you don't give up so easily, but also if you aren't getting your needs met, that you pursue a new avenue here. You pursue a different way of doing things or a new relationship, because I don't feel like maybe this person is exactly giving you what you want. And I think to some degree, you kind of need to reclaim your power. I'm going to be reading from the Oracle of Mermaids this month, and I've been drawn to this deck to read from this deck again. So I'm going to ask Spirit for a message for Taurus, for my Taurus suns, moons, and risings for the month of May, that will guide them on their love journey, that will guide them on their highest spiritual path. And Spirit, oops. Okay. So the card that I pulled for you is Imrama, and it says Wonder Voyage, Crossing Deep Waters, Pilgrimage, Journey of the Soul. I very much feel like some of you are on a spiritual journey this month, you know, in your quest for love. I think some of you may even be traveling alone or going off on some kind of pilgrimage of the heart or soul to find yourself, possibly even traveling to visit someone, or I don't know. I just get the sense that some of you are on more of a spiritual journey, because this is a very beautiful card, and I do often get this for someone who is going to a sacred place, and maybe not one that they're going to be at for maybe forever, but for like they've gone on this vacation or spiritual journey. So let me read to you from the book here. And okay. So the divination for this card says, there will soon be a great voyage for you, Taurus, where you travel over water to come to a place that your soul has longed to journey to. There will be so much that is wonderful for you to explore. and to come to know, but you will be called on. You will not stay in these places, for they are not home, but they are places your soul must taste to know more of the experience of life. The Imrama, or the pilgrimage over water, is one that is watched over by the mermaids, and one that we all must make during our lifetimes. You are now being asked to prepare, to save, plan your travel, purchase your tickets, and have your passport ready. Make sure you check your passport. Make sure it's not expired. If some of you are traveling this month, you can plan all you like because the trip will ultimately be taking you. Be ready. This will be a wonderful voyage, and you will always be glad you listened and made your pilgrimage of the soul. The mermaids will help you on your way, and oh, what beauties there shall be. Say yes, for now is the time to voyage forth, and return only when your Amrama, your soul journey, is complete. This can be a metaphorical soul journey, as in like you going off to find yourself. This can also be a literal journey. Some of you really are going to some sacred place here, traveling across waters, even foreign land, going on a foreign journey here, because I am picking that up. So what I want to say is this is something that you're going to learn a lot about yourself. I'm being called to mention the book Eat, Pray, Love. I know Elizabeth Gilbert, everyone's probably read that book, but you know, it's actually funny because I thought about that book a lot recently and how travel is like a second love or a first love. And for those of us who are single, I don't know women out there that are in love with traveling, you know, I think for those of us who have been through a hard time, and I just want to say this isn't going to resonate with everyone, but for those of us who have been through a breakup or tough times in our relationships, you know, travel, just changing your environment and going on that soul journey, it has a way of sort of healing your soul, because you meet other travelers out there and you get to experience, I think you get to experience life on a more feeling level. And I think you're really going to find that there's things that you've been missing and sort of about yourself that you're going to learn. So I just want to say that the travel can be a really wonderful way of changing our perspective on love and changing our perspective on life, and therefore bringing us back to our center, you know? So if you aren't traveling in May, then I think it's a really good time for some of you Tauruses on your birthday to think about what are some of the places that you'd like to visit that are going to feed your soul. So with that being said, I'm going to end the reading here and wish you all a wonderful May, and I look forward to reading for you at your mid-month forecast. So take care, love and light.